Alright, so we're nearing the end of our leveling journey on the Titan Reforged realms, the Chinese realms. They came out November 18th. Today is the 29th, and I'm about to hit level 80. Well, kind of about to. We're a little over halfway through. So we're doing questing in Storm Peaks, trying to unlock the Sons of Hodier faction, and we're doing random dungeon finder queues, trying to get some gear, and the dungeons are a pretty good experience, and they're pretty fun too. My character, we got really lucky. We were just in a Utgard Pinnacle group, our first one on this character, and we got Ymiron's Blade, which is a big upgrade. Our last item was like only 100 DPS, and this is 120, so that was huge. So here's the rest of the gear. We've been able to keep it up like pretty well. Keep up the gear, I mean. And having a lot of fun. So the plan is keep doing the quests, keep doing the dungeon finder, and then as soon as we ding level 80, I am going to go to Upper Blackrock Spire, the old level 60 dungeon, and do one FELSTRIKER run. Pray that we get good luck and get FELSTRIKER on the very first try, because that would be awesome. And then go to bed, because it's by then it's going to be late and it's going to be my bedtime, but that's the plan. We blast, we get some gear, we level up, we do one FELSTRIKER run at level 80, and then we call it GG's. If you're watching on YouTube, I'll put some timestamps in the video description, so if you want to skip around to different dungeons starting, or the FELSTRIKER run, or whatever you feel like, you can do that. But the show's live. The show's live, so if you ever want to tune in live, it's at twitch.tv/SimonEyesShow, which is always linked in the video description of all my YouTube videos. So come by and check it out. And that's a wrap for talking to the YouTube people. Okay, we're good. Twitch people, what's up? Fire says, help us, YouTube people. We're being held hostage. No. They're not being held hostage. They're here by their own free will. I was actually not supposed to defeat that mob. I was supposed to use the disciplining rod on it. I shouldn't have attacked it like that. Okay, well, we can figure that out later. We could go into the dungeon right now. Yeah, something bugged out. We're supposed to be disguised to be tall and have blue skin, like this NPC right now, but the display of the disguise got messed up. There we go. Healer is not accepting the dungeon queue. It's okay, we can keep doing our quest. Healer canceled. Unlucky. New healer. Healer accepted. Tank accepted. What do we got now? Halls of Stone, I believe? Yeah, Halls of Stone. Okay. Let's do a stream prediction. Simon get any blue upgrades this run? The answer was no. That was for the Oculus run we did a moment ago. New stream prediction. Will Simon get any blue upgrades for this Halls of Stone? Prediction is up if you want to spend your channel points on the stream prediction. Yeah, I really underestimated how many quests there would be in order to unlock the Sons of Hodier faction to get the shoulder enchants. Alright, so set focus on the tank so I can do a nice little tricks of the trade. A lot of damage with Blade Flurry, Killing Spree. Humans on Titan Reforged get a new racial. Most of the Alliance races get a new racial bonus that generally is like a damage increase racial. For humans, you get this ability called Lionheart. 3-minute cooldown, 15-second duration, plus 15% crit chance while it's active. So it's really nice, especially on Combat Rogue, where kind of your whole thing is like stacking cooldowns together, because you have all these other cooldowns, Adrenaline Rush and Blade Flurry and Killing Spree. So when you can stack one more thing in, that's pretty nice. But I'm thinking I'll probably go mainly play as assassination at max level. I've just been using combat as my leveling build, because I don't think assassination really pops off until you have a lot more talent points to get the essential talents from multiple different trees. Expose armor. I've got a nice glyph. Glyph of Slice and Dice. Help me keep up my Slice and Dice, give it more duration. And then Glyph of Expose Armor really juices up the duration of Expose Armor to make it really easy for me to do like a 1-point expose on pretty much anything I'm attacking and get that juicy armor debuff there. Cenarian Waist Guard. What's this? Someone's linking it. Wait, Palladium Ring? Is this better than what I've got? 36 secondaries, 72. Yeah, that's better than what I've got as a need roll. Bandit, Dwarven thing. Yeah, that would replace this ring for sure. Where is everyone? We just chilling? We chilling about? Other people need it too. We'll see if we win. Greed, need. There's at least 3 need rolls. I did not win it. The other guy won it. The Feral Druid, I believe. Yeah, let's see what he had before. Oh yeah, it's definitely an upgrade. Definitely upgrade for him. Alright, another Blade Flurry. Killing Spree. Now, I've done a lot of dungeons on the Titan Reforged realms. Pretty much the meta in these dungeons is you skip literally every boss that you possibly can. So in Halls of Stone, we're probably not going to kill the giant boss, and we're probably not going to kill the maiden boss. Just going to go do the Brand Bronzebeard, like, treasure discovery room or whatever, and then go to the last boss. You know, I can appreciate it. It's like maximum XP per hour. But, man, I really like getting loot and killing bosses. So I would prefer to get a little less experience and a little more loot and actually clear all the bosses in most of the dungeons. But that's just not the way most people play it here in these random dungeon finder groups. So, you know, it is what it is. Feral is doing big damage. Swipe. Just spamming swipe. It's okay. Rogues will get an AoE ability at level 80. Man, why does Fan of Knives have to be trained at level 80? It's so... when you're done with your dungeon leveling grind, then you get your AoE ability? Yikes. It's so annoying. I can basically only pop off when I just stack all the cooldowns. You know, every 2 minutes, I can go Blade Flurry, Killing Spree, Lionheart, Trinket Activation, Fezzik's Pocket Watch right here, 504 attack power. No cat swipe until 60 for Season of Discovery druids. Oh, damn. Yeah, I only really played my druid in Phase 1 of Season of Discovery. I had fun with it, but then I kind of just focused on other characters in the later phases. My highest level non-rogue character in Season of Discovery was my warrior. I did get my warrior into Sunken Temple at level 50. You know, a couple of ST runs. I thought that was cool. But then I just made 3 rogues on Horde and 1 rogue on Alliance and had 4 rogues. Rogue ended up being really, really good in Season of Discovery. I mean, my favorite thing with Season of Discovery Rogue was just going and soloing a bunch of stuff. like soloing Hakar and Zul'Gurub to farm idols, soloing the first 3 hard mode bosses. Did I accidentally just right-click a buff? I might have just right-clicked a buff accidentally. Soloing the first 3 hard mode bosses in Ruins of AQ, so you could solo farm some of the patterns. I thought it was really fun because, like, the bosses weren't designed to be soloed. So I was like, you know, it felt kind of cool and fun to be, like, breaking the rules, being able to do something kind of ridiculous with your character. I felt, like, really cool. That's definitely my favorite thing I did in Season of Discovery. And then when Season of Discovery ended, and I kind of shifted over to Cataclysm and Mist of Pandaria, and I just kept soloing stuff. Although rogues were not really that good at soloing in those versions. It was my Death Knight and my Paladin that really carried me for being able to solo a bunch of stuff. It's fun to see people complain about the rogue soloing on the Blizzard website. Bro, the Blizzard forums are always like, oh, that person's character can do something special and unique. You need to nerf it. Or like, oh, why can't I do that special and unique thing? Well, okay, brother, if everyone could do everything, then the game would suck, okay? And it wouldn't be special. I think that's definitely my least favorite thing as, like, the expansions progressed, is the classes became, like, super homogenized in, like, everyone's got an AoE, everyone's got a burst damage cooldown, everyone's got, you know, a single target this, everyone's got that, and it's like, you know, after a point, it's just like, you know, it loses its flavor, you know? Just after complaining about not having Fan of Knives yet. Don't worry. We won't live in the non-Fan of Knives world for much longer. But yes, I do appreciate the juxtaposition of these two complaints. What's he doing now to beat me? He's just spamming Mangle to beat me? That's crazy. Okay, we gotta check out this Druid's gear. See if we can use gear as the excuse for being beaten by a Feral Druid that's 3 levels beneath me. Okay, well, he's lower level than me. His gear is worse than mine. So the only remaining explanation is his class is more overpowered. It could not possibly be a skill issue. There's no way that he's just better at the game than me. Might have to refresh these wound poisons. 10 minutes remaining. It's the ping. True, it's my ping of 204 that's really holding me back. Curious if it's original Feral Druid or the changes one we got in Wrath. I would assume, you know, at a baseline, unless you heard otherwise or have evidence otherwise, I would assume that everything works the way it did at the end of Wrath of Lich King Classic. That would be my guess of, like, starting point. Hunters have trap launcher? I don't know. I don't know anything about honors. They got it, said Soiku. Okay. Then they do. Man, for a while we had matching fist weapons for main hand and offhand. But then I upgraded the main hand. Really downgrade in aesthetic, though. These things don't have enough health for me to want to press a Blade Flurry killing spree on them. Just fall over too quick.
So that was the problem. Now I'm making progress. Hang on. Nobody's gonna be sanitized as long as I am.
Oh, shit. I'm waiting for some, like, giant robots to show up that might have more health to hit a cooldown. Oh, yeah, here we go. Giant robot. But now there's nothing. Now it's just the giant robot. I definitely held these cooldowns for way too long. I could have sent like 3 Blade Flurries in this whole sequence. But it just never really felt like a good time to use it. Because all the mobs are so fragile and just die insta. The hell? Why is he back there? Okay. Fine. Okay, not done yet. Man, this dungeon is kind of obnoxious because this is such a super slow sequence. What do we get here? Didn't we just buy legs that are better? Does anyone else need those? I feel like I have to need roll them because they're an upgrade. I need roll them. They are an upgrade. We did not win them. The Feral Druid won them, I believe. Yeah, the Feral Druid. I can't be screwing up the prediction of, like, passing on loot that's an upgrade. Right, that would screw up. That would make the prediction illegitimate. So those are indeed good. But we're not too upset about not getting them, because we bought the Chain Gang leg guards for level 80. So we'll be good.
Don't worry, old Bram's got your back. Keep that middle monstrosity.
Alright, Sojourner the Iron Shaper. We want to kill this guy in heroic mode, because he drops a dagger. That would be really good for us. The Feral is messing up things for us believers. Don't worry, this guy will probably drop something else that's good, and I'll probably definitely maybe win the roll on that agility leather item. Maybe he drops like a weapon upgrade. I don't know, or maybe a cool trinket. He could drop a trinket that doesn't completely suck ass. This is the last boss, correct. I mean, there's 2 bosses in here that we skipped, because that's just how we do things. Skip literally everything we possibly can. So we only got 2 bosses worth of loot here. Back out from the lightning ring. Oh, the feral is not stopping. Okay. Maybe I should have not stopped. Oh, shit. No. Alright, I got cleansed. Yeah, maybe that's not enough damage that I have to move out. I think we're okay. Alright, what do we get? Frick, dude. That's what he dropped last time. It's some cloth bullshit. Read roll that. Alright, prediction. Choose outcome. Unfortunately, the answer is no. No upgrades in my bags. Alright. Let's bail. Back to the disciplining the miners quest. You know, don't think too hard about it. It's fine. Exhausted, Vrikel. Oh, we got a change hat request. Okay. Give you guys a good one here. How about it? Top hat. Oh, I was just gonna get that guy. Shit. Alright, requeue the dungeon. There's another exhausted Vrikel. That's the last one I needed. Oh, he got mad? Okay, bro. That thing gets taller every time I see it. Yeah. Signature stovepipe. It is one of my best ones. Yes, I would agree. Alright, we disciplined the Vrykels. Now we can go talk to the Overlord lady. Up here. This is a crazy long quest chain to talk to the Sons of Hodir. The nice thing, though, on this server is I only need to unlock the faction vendor. I don't need to actually gain a crapload of reputation. Ooh, is this an upgrade? Let me see. 90 attack power, 29 crit, 51 agility. So I'm getting 14 attack power, and I'm losing 5 agility. Like, I'm not going to put a gem into that. Yeah, I don't think we're going to mess with that. Just pick the highest vendor value item. Wants you to slay Garhal. That's the guy over here. The leader of the Miners' Union, I'm pretty sure, is the lore. No, he did not want to join group. Does he want to join group? Yeah, we can join group and be removed from the queue. That's okay. We'll have to re-queue. We weren't in that queue for very long. Yeah, there's a lot of Garhals here. Oh, that is not the mob we want. Frostweave, pretty good. Right, what was that? Did I finish that thought about the reputation vendor? I'm not sure. The shoulder and helm enchants only require neutral reputation. So you just have to gain access to the vendor. You don't actually have to level the reputation up all the way to, like, exalted or revered for the helm enchants or shoulder enchants. Okay, let's bounce. and then get ourselves back in the dungeon queue. Got the credit. What's going on here? Mildred the Cruel is being angered. Oh no, now they're probably... Is the next stage of this quest to kill Mildred the Cruel? Take the key to the crone. Okay. What are you hiding under that hat? That's my secret, dude. That's my secret, not to be disclosed. I mean, it wouldn't be hiding it if I just told everyone what was under the hat, you know? I hope it's a bunny. That would be good. Another Serenite? I'll take a little detour for the other Serenite. Oh! I didn't know if that mage was going to get it. Yes, please. Loglira the Crone. Mildred's Key. Reconvene with Loglira the Crone in Brunhildar Village. Okay. So we just go through and talk over there. There's a rogue here, enemy faction. Is that a 10-inch stovepipe, or you're just happy to see me? Can it be both? Can it be both? FELSTRIKER time soon? Yeah, dude. We're gonna ding level 80, and then go to town, train Fan of Knives, and then FELSTRIKER. Oh my god, another Serenite popped up. I'm going over for it. Rich Serenite deposit? Only for rich people? I am a top hat wearing rich person, so that seems like that's, just for me. But I seem to have lost my place. Is it over here? Around this corner, maybe? Maybe, yes. Okay, big Serenite. Dark Jade and 5 Serenite ores. I don't know how much the Serenite ore is worth. Apparently 1 gold 88 last time I looked at the auction house, but that could have been a while ago. I don't think I check it for Serenite too often. I haven't mined too much Serenite yet. But I have made a boatload of money on Adamantite from Burning Crusade, and the Mote of Earth that you get out of those nodes as well has been great money. I'm thinking another thing I might do at level 80 is go and solo the Manitombs dungeon. You can stealth through it, and there's 2 Adamantite nodes, and there's also a boss called... I forget, the second one, that's a giant, and if you kill him, you can mine his corpse, and he usually has more adamantite and Mote of Earth on him. So you'd be able to get a good amount of adamantite and Mote of Earth from doing mana tombs. So it might be a good way to make money. We'll see. That's something to experiment with at max level. Let's see. Challenge Agneta, Tyr's daughter, in order to save Zeev Physique. Return to Loglira the Crone after you've done this. Okay. Where's she at? Right here, huh? Can anyone join that guild? I don't know what the invite situation is. I know... Oh God, I would... Okay, fine. We'll join the group. I would like to actually get one of my dungeon queues done. Every time we join one of these groups to share, like, quest completion, it resets our dungeon queue. Shit. So it's a little annoying. But the questing is honestly probably better XP per hour. Very well, I'll take part in this competition. Challenge and defeat 6 victorious challengers. I'm gonna bounce and go back in the dungeon queue. I would like to do a dungeon. Brunhildar challenger. Victorious challenger. Warbear, Hildsmeet, Warbear. Was I understanding something wrong here? Challenger. Do they become a victorious challenger after they're done smacking each other? Perhaps? And then I challenge them? Here we go. Here's one. Okay, not too bad. Immediately killing spree. That did not take long. Here's another one. Right, Speedy's friend. I don't know what the invite situation is exactly. I keep being told that we're not inviting more people whenever I ask, but then I also see people joining the guild every day, so I'm really not clear what's happening with that. We also don't have like a clear raid roster or raid plan, so it's not like a lot is like super organized here. But yeah, Stranger Than Myth from Raid Chat is starting up their own guild, which I might, it's possible I might end up raiding with Stranger Than Myth's guild if this one doesn't really work out. Stranger Than Myth, your guild is like an open invite policy for English speakers, right? It says, yeah, okay, yeah, that sounds great. Alright, maybe this one respawns, and that would be the 6th. Greta the Arbiter. This thing isn't respawning. What if I just killing spree on this druid? There we go. Problem solved. 6 challengers, victorious combatants defeated. Right back over here to Lochlyra the Crone. What do we got? One-handed mace, crit, attack power. Is that better than my offhand? No, it's not, because it's very slow. But I do want it because it's the highest vendor value. It's the only weapon reward here. Speak to Brianna outside Brunhildar village. Okay. You'll need a bear. Wants you to mount Ice Fang and shoot 7 Frost Wargs and 15 Frost Giants. Okay. There seem to be a lot of people mounting Ice Fang. sprint at double speed? Huh. I wonder if this quest is gonna be doable. Really looks like there's a lot of ice fangs out here. Wait, did I misread the quest? Oh, I think I only have to hit it once. I don't actually have to kill it. Alright, maybe this won't be as miserable as I thought. Got that one. Get that guy. Get you. Get you. Can I burn the same one multiple times? Probably not. We might have to do a second run. But that was actually way better than I thought it was when I thought it was going to be after looking at it at first. Want to let you know these quests are skippable by sending a ticket to GMs due to overwhelming people. Great. I knew some of them were. I wasn't sure which particular ones. So you're saying this quest? I think I can do this quest if I just do it one more time. But, wait, where'd Ice Fang go? Maybe if I can't mount Ice Fang, then maybe I can. The following quests. Okay. Yeah, let me see. Yeah, I remember reading that there were so many people trying to do these quests that they just put it, like, on the website, the, like, help website of, like, your, like, account help or whatever. It's just like, oh, you can just skip the quest. Just click the button, complete the quest. Oh, what dungeon do we go in? Culling of Stratholme? Okay, teleport to dungeon. If it was Utgard Keep, I would have declined to enter. Where are they? They must be pretty far along. Where? Can I teleport out and back in? Is that useful? Huh. I'm nowhere near them. I think they're towards the end. Arthas saying more vile sorcery? I think they're doing the infinite dragons.
One less obstacle to deal with.
Position, breastplate. Soon 80. Soon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bubbles. 1/4 of one level. We'll get 33,000 experience for finishing this.
Watch your backs. They have us surrounded in this hall.
The bar isn't moving. Yeah, well, that's because we kind of like zoned into the in progress thing and we had to like catch up to them. It'll start moving again soon. Look, I mean, see, the mobs, we're going to get experience when these things die. Set focus on the paladin tank. Immediately show up. Start pumping. Ring of the Falcon. Take all the leather, obviously. Does that guy have a Blessed Karaji Pugio? It looks like it. But it's Blade of Nadox. Okay. It's not a Blessed Karaji Pugio. But it'd be cool if it was, right? I consider this lucky. Zoning in as a damage dealer in the middle of a dungeon, you know, you're just that much closer to the end of dungeon bonus XP. Wonder what happened to the other guy. Could be something just totally normal, like had to go AFK or whatever, or something happened, whatever. But it could also be like he sucked too much and they kicked him or something, or he was causing problems. Fix the trade the tank. He needed on loot they needed. Oh, that could be an answer too. Yeah, that could be. Oh, the other rogue put up an expose. I put up an expose right away. And then I looked at my action bar and it said no expose. And I cast it again, but right as I was casting it, I realized, wait a second. The other rogue put this up. It overwrote mine. Oh well. I should change this UI so it, like, shows when someone else owns the debuff. Right now, it only shows this here if I own the debuff. So when this happens with a different person overwriting it, the issue. And whisper someone for G invite. My guild, as far as I know, is not doing open invites. But Stranger Than Myth is in chat, and he's running a guild, open invite to all English speakers. What do we got here? Oh, boy. That's good. Yes, please. See if we get it. I mean, our existing one is okay. That one's better. Nice. Agility haste. Yes. Definitely better. Got fat load of stamina on it, too. Nice. Upgrade. Move back to the separate armor debuff indicator. I don't know. I could mess with the weak auras and UI a bit. I really just kind of shoved the Wrath of the Lich King weak auras into my UI here and just fixed the ones that were broken and didn't really do anything other than fixing the ones that were broken. So it's pretty much what my UI was like at the end of Wrath of the Lich King. The green border, if you own it, was a good one. Yeah, that was, I made that up for Season of Discovery, or I think I ported it to Mists of Pandaria also. Yeah, I mean, we could make some improvements, but right now, you know, the UI's good enough. Rogue is looking fun with some gear. Get to press buttons. Hell yeah. I mean, I've noticed when I've been leveling, if you don't upgrade your weapon often, you will really fall behind and struggle to deal good damage. The weapon is absolutely the most important, like very important to have your weapon be good. So you got to be on the lookout for weapon upgrades. And make sure it's updated. The rest of the stuff, it's like, it's less important that it's like super up to date. Rogue with a good weapon can do good damage. Also, just beat combat and do double wound poison. I've seen a lot of rogues in my dungeon groups go like instant poison, deadly poison. And that's like what you would do if you were attacking the same target for like 30 seconds straight, which almost never happens in a dungeon. I mean, the bosses barely live that long. The instant poison, deadly poison combo really only gets good after you get up to 5 deadly poison stacks. And is just way worse than a double wound setup when you're below 5 deadly poison stacks. More purples, please, says Cubanito. Well, I got 1 purple in my mailbox. No, actually 2. 1 in my mailbox, 1 in my bank for when I hit level 80. I've got the Ice Striker's cloak, crafted leatherworking cloak. And then I've got the Titan Steel Spellblade, which will be for doing Fan of Knives, big AoE damage. Why is wound more effective than double instant? They both operate kind of similarly in they do instantaneous damage. Wound poison is basically just better until you get the increased chance to apply instant poison talent over here. Right? It's just like better than that. Instant poison is more damage per trigger, so it synergizes better with deadly poison also. So if you're not, if you are running deadly poison, you usually want instant in the other weapon. But if you're not, because things die too quickly, then you just want the wound poison. It does less damage per hit, but has a much higher proc frequency baseline.
We're going to finish this right now, Mal'Ganis. Just you.
Fix the trade the tank. Other rogue did the expose. That's okay. I won't refresh it on top of his. We'll just let it be. Human racial, get out of the sleep. If he sleeps me again, I have to either vanish or Cloak of Shadows preemptively. I hit the vanish. He was casting sleep, but it wasn't targeting me. But I just had to react really quickly in case it was. Slept the other rogue. Oh, the other rogue's expose fell off. I refreshed it. It's okay. Looks like he human racialed her. He got out of the sleep pretty quick anyways. Oh, no, we're getting dispels. I think the paladin dispelled me. I didn't dispel that. Alright, any good loot? Off the last boss. We have to wait a little bit. Is your buff bar bugged? Don't see it. What buff are you talking about? I don't think anything on my display relating to buffs is bugged. What do we got? Oh my god, this is the exact same loot we got last time. And it sucks. Alright. Leave instance group. Got our bonus XP. We're closing in on max level. Re-queue. Do a couple more Hodier quests. You'll probably get this quest done. Is it F2P in this server or is it subscription? You have to buy a subscription just like, as far as I'm aware, every other version of WoW. World of Warcraft is a subscription-based game. Alright, so we need to burn more frost wargs, I believe. And maybe the giants. Can I hit the same one multiple times? Let's see. Yeah, maybe the fire just went out. Now I can hit it again. Wait, I think I've got them all now. So, dismount. Vanish. Ooh, I'm in combat. I'm gonna try to just mount up. Vanish, drop combat, mount up. I think this gets me back to the start there faster. Is it a lot of English-speaking players there? Not too many, no. Most of the people you encounter are gonna speak Chinese. Some of the Chinese-speaking people the Mandarin is the spoken language. We communicate via text, so the written language is Chinese. Some of them, know English as well. But it seems like most people are communicating with written Chinese, and sometimes I can, sometimes my translation software works well, and I can get a rough translation and understand the meaning. Other times not. So there's occasionally communication barriers here. Fly to Dun Niflheim, then free 3 captured proto-drakes and rescue 9 Brunhildar prisoners. Okay, this is the one where I'm pretty sure I can solve this on the website because it's so overcrowded. The help website introduced a thing that was just like automatically completes this quest. So let me see if I can find... Maybe there's a pinned message. Support. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna see if I can log into the support website. If it's not like leaking my account information, I will show you guys. Translate full page. Okay. NetEase World of Warcraft Customer Service Center. They took all the men. Manufacturer Tagonal. It's a bad English translation. Account, whatever, game mail, roll recovery. The Cold Heart is, I think this is the one. Okay, hang on. I might have to log in. One second. I might have to figure that out. Do. It's loading, it's loading. Translate selection to English. The Cold Heart. Cold-Hearted is the name of the quest. Character needs to be offline when processing, and it is recommended that you temporarily return to the role list or replace other character games. So, so we have to be logged out to make this happen. Okay, well, let's just see if it works. Just because this is kind of interesting. Being able to complete a quest via a website. Just a website help button. All right, I'm logged out. We'll log into Simon Bank instead. Process for you in 3 to 5 minutes, and we recommend you check it online in 5 minutes. Your ticket has been successfully submitted. Please go offline now. We will process it for you in 3 to 5 minutes. Check it after 5 minutes. After processing, you'll receive a SMS notification from your phone. Please pay attention to the thing. Check your work order processing progress. Yeah. So the reason they put this on the website is that quest was so incredibly overcrowded with so many people trying to do it at once and so few spawns of the mobs in the world that, like, everyone was bottlenecked there. So they just made it so you can go to the help website and click a button to complete the quest. Tell them to send some purples in the mail with it. That would be great. Yeah, if they could do that, that'd be awesome. See, this here is Simon Bank. He's got the Goku hairstyle and a big two-handed sword. He's very strong to carry around all the goods that I need him to. He's got a bunch of rune cloth and a bunch of silk cloth that I'll eventually use to level up tailoring. Purchased for almost vendor price. GM just sent you Thunder Fury with 100,000 gold. Nice. Wonder if they'll send me, like, I wonder if they could send me the legendary daggers from Cataclysm. Those would probably be pretty good. I'd really appreciate that if I got those in the mail. Let's see. I didn't actually make a timer for when I pressed the thing. So let's just assume it's going to take another 3 minutes. Start a timer right now. We can peep the auction house and see what's going on the auction house. Do you think SE will make another appearance in Classic Plus before the Plus part? I don't know what you mean by appearance in Classic Plus before the Plus part. I don't know what you mean by that. But Scarlet Enclave's kind of sweet. I don't think they're gonna ditch it forever. What was that huge fire elemental in the middle of Stormwind? That was someone's Ragnaros mount, I'm gonna guess. Yeah, it's Avatar of Flame. Increases ground speed 100%. I think it looks stupid. Alright, let's see. What can we look for? Nobles deck to get a Dark Moon card Greatness is currently just shy of 4,000 gold. If we bought the cards individually, let's see. Might take a moment to scan all of it. When do you think they're going to release Titan Reforge servers for NA? I have no idea. I don't know if that will ever happen. Why is it taking... It's taking too long to scan. Alright, fuck this. Let's look for something else. Berserking. Alright, we're just gonna use the regular auction interface. Berserking. Why did the first search work totally fine, and now everything is scuffed? Alright, well, we can go back to the first character. See if the GM ticket completed my quest for me. Oh, look at that. Cold-Hearted has been completed. Okay, great. Cold-Hearted has been completed. I resumed my dungeon queue. Didn't even lose that. Okay. Go to Brunhildar Village and speak with Astrid. Oh, dungeon queue is up. This dungeon is probably going to ding us level 80 right here. Go talk to Astrid anyways. Asjol Narub, are we too high level to gain a lot of experience from this? This is a kind of lower level dungeon. Hopefully we aren't too high level and get screwed up. Does that focus on the tank? $73, so that's 6 levels beneath me. See, the other people are not here yet. If one of the mobs starts moving, I'll distract it so these people can get past without aggroing. Alright, where are we going? Patrol is over there. This guy wants to go this side. Okay. Fix the trade. Blade Flurry, Lionheart, Killing Spree. Trinket activation in there too. Oh, good. Look at the XP on the mobs. 1,868. Yeah, we're getting a totally reasonable amount of XP. When I was level 77, I was still able to queue into Utgard Keep, which is like the first Wrath of the Lich King dungeon you can do. And at level 77, I was in there, and they were killing the group was killing mobs, and I got 280 experience per mob. And I just left the dungeon, killed a random mob in the open world solo, and got 2,000 experience. I was like, okay, we're not doing Utgard Keeps anymore. And then, like, every time I queued into Utgard Keep again, I just immediately left. Because, yeah, no way I'm doing that. And had to just sit through some of the Deserter debuffs. But it's like, sit through the Deserter debuff, it's kind of like, who cares, whatever, because, you know, I'm out in the world questing, and that's fine. Netted. This one has 2 skippable bosses. I've only seen a group kill the first boss. Bosses 1 and 3 are skippable, and I've only seen a group kill the first boss 1 time. It just looks like today is not the day we see it die a second time. They are walking right past Elder Nadox. That guy's waiting. That's the healer. Uh-oh. The healer is idling back there, and the tank doesn't realize and pulls stuff up ahead. It could be an issue. Nah, it's just non-elites. It's the Plundering Geists. Oh, there was a level up. The hell is this soundtrack? Skip. Too many lyrics. Ghost NS, I can't really help you with gaining access to this server. If you're not a Chinese citizen, you kind of just gotta know a guy who can help you. Alright, they're doing one orb. I'm gonna go over here and do this orb. Perfect. I activated other orb. Go boss. Most of the groups I've been in don't really understand it when I go in stealth and do that and click the orb over there. They try to go up the other ramp to do it, so I gotta try to communicate and tell them, like, what's going on, that we don't need to go over there and do it. Yeah, they don't understand. I already... Yeah, well, we tried. We tried to help them. I even translated the phrase, I clicked the other orb, into simplified Chinese. Maybe it was a bad translation. Oh well. If they just want XP, they wouldn't be skipping the first boss. Wait, why are we kicking someone? The reason given was number 1. The vote to kick that guy failed. Okay. I mean, I was trying to communicate that we didn't need to do that through the use of my body language of not moving up there and pinging to the south. But it didn't, you know... No one noticed that what you have done there. Yeah, I mean, look, it puts a emote in the chat. You know, hum of magic energy in the air diminishes, and then the boss does a yell. So, like, they see this. This happens. That shows up on their screen, too. And then I translated a message that I hope communicated that I clicked the other object and then said, go boss. Yeah. Oh, well. I try to do that to help the group to be able to go faster. But if they don't understand what happened, then obviously it doesn't make anything go faster. No, he got me. Embrace of the Vampire. Damage to Prince Taldaram may break this effect.
It has been to them everywhere. I am the Watcher unseen. Still, I thirst.
Alright, here we can do something too that is also likely not going to be appreciated. If we go here and we sap this mob, we can walk past, even at lower levels, without stealth. We don't need to fight them. Yep, of course. Yep. It's okay. See, like, it's weird to me, though, because, like, the whole, like, meta is skip everything you possibly can, go as fast as you possibly can, and then I try to do things that let them go faster and skip more, but then it's just, like, you know, in some cases they skip things, in some cases they don't. It just seems to be, like, arbitrary which skips are, like, well understood or done frequently and which are not. Roloff says, thanks for the tax tips yesterday. Okay, but I forgot to write it down. Can you tell me again how to commit tax fraud in the right way? Well, number one tip is you don't call it tax fraud, Roloff Matek. Okay? You're operating a legitimate business and you have legitimate business expenses that happen to be tax write-offs. That's not fraud, okay? And it's especially important that you don't refer to it as fraud. Maybe there are new players. That could also be it. But, you know, it's happened in most of the groups I'm in that I try to communicate the things. I'm just saying it's weird that some things are skipped and some skips are, like, well understood and other skips that you can do are, like, not well understood. That's all. It's totally fine. We're gonna clear the dungeon. I'm gonna hit max level. Everything's gonna be okay. Will this dungeon actually ding me? Maybe it won't. Maybe it's not quite enough. $101,583,000 out of 1,670,000. So we need about 900,000, or sorry, 90,000 more experience. Completion is 33, I want to say. But I'm not sure if that's before or after the Joyous Journeys bonus. I think it's before. We'll see. Oh, level. No! Okay, we're so close. What do we get? Cloth. So close. We'll do a quest in Ice Crown. And it'll be fine. $66K? Okay, so yeah, the Dungeon Finder report that says it's, you know... Oh, what if we just turn this in? What if we turn in this quest and then it's done? I think the lady for the quest, yeah, right here. Astrid. Level 80. Oh, there we go. Level 80. Level 80. Once you obtain 3 Ice Mane Yeti hides. Sure, yeah, whatever. We're level 80 now. I told you guys what's going to happen. It is one Upper Blackrock Spire run for the FELSTRIKER. Okay, Hearthstone, Train Fan of Knives, FELSTRIKER. Okay. Eej the Kid says grats. Roloff says GG. Mean Dean says grats. Mr. Bungled says grats. Nico says grats. I was there when it happened, says Altanzer. ASAP Barky with the grats in the chat. Gen10, Zahak, Auroris, hello. Graffiti, Grizvox, Zazir, Balfour. What is up? We're level 80 now. Blair Crunk, Garlic, Megahertz in here, Bezicho, one FELSTRIKER run. Yeah, that's exactly. And then I'm going to bed because I'm tired. Oh, did I? Now it's time for one FELSTRIKER run in Ubers. Then bedtime. Ironforge, training, bank, mailbox, empty inventory, fly south to Thorium Point. Yeah. Going until Striker drops. No. That'll be on a later stream. That'll be a later stream. Idea Man says grats on 80. Thank you very much. Grats, bro. Ding, motherfucker, says CK. Hell yeah. Niveki says grats. Thank you. Meek Angelo. Hell yeah. Titansteel Spellblade. When? As soon as I visit my bank, Mary Reaper. That item is in my bank. Let's see. We don't need any fresh poisons. We're just going to double wound poison. Training the best rogue spell of all time. Oh, that could have been trained 1 level ago. Yeah, okay, I guess I have to train it now. 27 gold, though. That's steep. Combat, backstab, feint, hog damage, sinister strike. Oh, Sinister Strike rank 11 and 12. Fan of Knives is on. Fan of Knives is online. Konobun says grats 80. Thank you very much. Oh, we got some gifties coming through. We got gifties from X Maverick Gaming with 5 gifted subs. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Appreciate the generosity. Says grats on 80. Thank you. Thank you. We did it in a playtime of, let's see, 4 days, 2 hours, 21 minutes. I don't think that's anything like super exceptional, but... Oh, Ronan says congrats also. Well, fuck Ronan, dude. No one likes him. Here we go. Ice Striker's Cloak. He's always yapping in Dalaran about how our world is worth saving, or Algalon this and Algalon that. Alright, equip all those items that I bought. And... the TSB. Titan Steel Spell Blade. Yeah, that's the business. That's the business right there. I think I'm gonna go with a life ward on this to begin with, to use some, to do some farming with. Might have to buy a second one later and have that one with Berserking. Internal auction error. Please let me buy this. God damn it. Life ward. Come on. Come on. Jesus Christ. Something is wrong with the auction house here. No, it doesn't mean... It's not that someone just bought it. The auction house on this server is effed. I don't know if it's a server problem of, like, it's coded poorly, or if it's just, like, a volume problem of there's way too many people playing this game. For reference, each individual server of Titan Reforged has more players on it, as far as from the metrics I can see, of like Ironforge.pro, basically metrics, type of metrics. Each individual Titan Reforged server has more players on it than the entirety of Missa Pandaria in the West. Okay, this game is crazy popular. No, hang on. I wasn't supposed to go to that tab. Let me reload the UI again. Why use spell damage as rogue? Oh, the spell damage is completely irrelevant. That's not what's important. The important part of this item is that it's a dagger. Jeez, what is wrong? Console reload UI. It's a dagger and it's unusually slow weapon speed. Those are the only two things that make it good for a fan of knives. Please let me start. Okay, we just, you know what? It's okay. We can't life ward it. That's okay. We can't life ward it. Paper cutter. Okay, so here's the AoE weapons. That's not working right. Alright, there's the AoE weapons. Let me change the order. My swap macro. Maybe that'll get it to work proper. Yep, there we go. Perfect. There's a Fan of Knives glyph in the bank here. Glyph of Fan of Knives. I've got 23 bandages and some food. I got my training. I got my Spellblade. I got my crap out of the mailbox. Got my Fan of Knives glyph getting applied. Let's just poison up all three of the weapons, and then we'll head over to UBRS. 2 and 3. Skip this music track. Actually, we'll go for Doom music, I think. And we'll do one last stream prediction for the evening. Start prediction. Will FELSTRIKER drop this run? Question mark, question mark, question mark. Yes or no? 30 minutes on the clock. I'll just close the prediction when we're done killing the boss. The prediction is up. Let's lock in. The Doom music's pumping. It's time to go. Time to get FELSTRIKER first try immediately after hitting level 80. Ooh, we gotta put Fan of Knives on the action bar. Yoink. Can you please explain this server to someone who don't know what this is? It looks like a big mess, but I'm sure it's not like that. Yeah, I've got this chat command right here for that, but, you know, because we're not doing anything, I can just explain it to you. It's based on Wrath of Lich King, so level 80. Level 80 talents, Northrend, Outland, Kalimdor, Eastern Kingdoms, the zones accessible. Level 80 professions, you know, jewel crafting, inscription, glyphs. You could go to Dalaran, you know, based on Wrath of Lich King. The main change is that all the raids from Vanilla and Burning Crusade and Wrath of the Lich King are all scaled up to all be level 80 25 player raids. And then all the loot from those raids is redesigned and scaled up to be level 80 loot. And then there's some other things, but that's the main thing. Is that we're going to go through like 11 different phases of raids, all at level 80 with our level 80 characters. Yeah, the legendaries can be upgraded. So if you get a legendary weapon, or whatever, legendary whatever, most legendaries are weapons, there'll be a way to upgrade it so it remains relevant through all these like numerous phases of raids, because I have to imagine there's going to be a lot of power creep. You know, if you have 11 phases of raids, there's going to be some power creep. The characters at the start are going to be way different than the characters at the end. So I'm pretty excited for that. You know, Wrath of the Lich King is my favorite version of Rogue from the first 3 expansions. Rogue's my favorite class. So I'd love to do those old raids on what I feel like is like a more functional and fleshed out version of Rogue, and certainly more powerful version of Rogue than it has been in the other expansions. Everything is open. No, the raids will release like one at a time, but it's all in like a mixed up order. So it's not, we're not going to go Molten Core, Blackwing Lair, Temple of Ahn'Qiraj, Naxxramas, Karazhan, whatever. We're not going to go to the standard order. It's all the raids, but then you just like mix them up. Different order. So when the Wrath of the Lich King pre-patch came out like 5 years ago, 4 years ago or something, and everyone was level 70 in Burning Crusade, first thing I did was start farming FELSTRIKER on all my characters, because Wrath of the Lich King pre-patch made it so you could solo UBRS. Made it so you no longer needed the key for this dungeon. You didn't need to have the quest, and you also did not need 3 people to do the summoning of the first boss. So that was like the most important thing that made it so now you can just solo it if you want to. And level 70 was strong enough to solo it. We are now level 80. We are much stronger. This should be a complete cakewalk. Maybe the Fan of Knives is better for larger amounts of enemies. That didn't really work too well there, actually. Okay, they aggroed more stuff. I mean, can we just kill the summoners and then... Oh, no, we're taking too much damage. Yeah, okay, maybe Fan of Knives is not the way for this section. Take it a little more slow. I wasn't, you know what? I wasn't totally sure exactly how cooked this place would be by my level 80 character. Maybe underestimated it slightly. Alright, let's do a little bandage. You're used to soloing raids in Mop. Yeah, and I don't have any, like, self-healing effects. I was going to try to get a life ward, but the auction house was wigging out, so that didn't really work. That is okay. Mobs aren't dropping gold. That's correct. So all the dungeons in this version, the mobs do not drop any raw coin. I believe that's like an anti-botting measure or something. I don't know exactly what the rationale behind it is, but yeah, that's correct, and that's, I believe, an intentional... I mean, if it wasn't intentional, they'd have fixed it by now, so it's got to be an intentional change. Think Titanforge mode will become available for NA or EU sooner or later? I don't know. I don't know. You know, maybe you know, when Titan Reforge runs its course, Classic Plus isn't ready, and they go and they say they do like a re-release of SOD, but they put that in China, and then they do a re-release of Titan Reforge, and they put that in the West. That could be a thing they did, since each of those regions didn't get the other version of the game. I was going to try to not aggro that one. And then do a bandage. Good, good. Skinning. Rugged leather and black dragon skills to be had here. Oh, you know what? I can just make bigger bandages. That'll help me heal up faster in this run. Make more bandages when we're waiting for Pyroguard Embers here to spawn. Or Rend Blackhand. 4 for now. One, two, three, 4. So in this section, you need to clear out these rooms. And then you can go through the door. Once you clear out all the orcs in all 7 rooms in here, door opens, you can go to first boss. And then once you kill first boss, you can go straight to the Warchief Rend Blackhand encounter. I wonder if Fan of Knives is really what I should be doing there. It'd be so crazy, dude. If we dinged 80 and got FELSTRIKER on the first run, that'd be absolutely out of control. I would lose it. 2% drop, I believe. 2%, I believe it's a 1 in 50. 2%, same as 1 in 50. Mow those guys down. Doors open. Sprint. Skip these guys. Don't need them. Good. A little bit of rune cloth there. We can finish making the bandages while we wait for this guy to activate. Why do you need FELSTRIKER at 80 anyways? You know what? Good question. To some people, they don't know. Let me show you. All it takes is a FELSTRIKER and a dream. Okay, so
A bit better spec.
this... Hold on. Wait, he's activating. We'll kill this boss, then I'll show you. Loot, 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 loot. Scarlet Chris. It's just a BOE world drop. Okay. Okay. So, this is a rogue me in Ulduar. Second phase of Wrath of Lich King. At level 80, using Titansteel Spellblade and FELSTRIKER here. Let me make my face a little smaller. There we go. Yeah, I'll mute the audio there. They're grouping up a bunch of mobs. Now, you may have heard that, I don't know, like Demo Warlocks or Hunters are really good at AoE, but I'd suggest you observe the damage meter in the upper left of the screen and how I'm making everyone else in the raid look like a little bitch. Peaking at around 90,000 DPS. Yeah. Yeah, so I want to do this again. I want to do this again. So I need those weapons. I need those weapons. What's happening there is a couple things. You have a talent from Assassination called Focused Attacks. Whenever you get a critical strike, you put 3 ranks in it and it's a 100% chance. Gives you back 2 energy. Then you have a large number of enemies. Okay, so you're every time you cast Fan of Knives, you're hitting like 20 guys or 25 guys or whatever, right? So Fan of Knives hits 25 different dudes. That's 25 chances to trigger the FELSTRIKER. The FELSTRIKER is a dagger that says chance on hit, guarantees all your attacks are critical strikes for the next 3 seconds. Okay? That's really good when you're getting energy back for critical strikes. Okay? And because you're hitting so many enemies with each cast of Fan of Knives, that's a lot of chances to trigger the FELSTRIKER. So you have lots of enemies means lots of chances to trigger the FELSTRIKER, and it also means lots of critical strikes. And then you're able to refund all the energy that you spent on Fan of Knives, because you got so many critical strikes from the first cast of Fan of Knives, that you're able to just cast Fan of Knives over and over and over, because you're, refunding the whole energy cost, because you're hitting so many enemies. And they're all critical striking because you're hitting so many enemies, so you're triggering your FELSTRIKER, and it's guaranteeing every hit is a critical strike, and critical strikes deal more damage. And then you're putting poison on every single one of those enemies. What the fuck is this? Oh, I must have missed those mobs. Okay. You're putting poison on every single one of those enemies. You're putting instant poison and deadly poison up on all those dudes. With each cast of Fan of Knives is 2 chances to apply poison. 1 for your main hand, 1 for your offhand on every individual enemy. So you get a lot of poison damage too. But it's really the main thing that's happening is that energy feedback. Large number of enemies means you hit more enemies with each cast of Fan of Knives, means you generate more energy with each cast of Fan of Knives. And that's what keeps the cycle going of being able to spam cast Fan of Knives. Then the FELSTRIKER really turns it up to 11, right? Takes it from being okay, that's pretty powerful, to that's totally degenerate, because now every single attack is critical striking, and you have a very high uptime of the FELSTRIKER buff too. Did I just enter a portal back to fall 2020, farming FELSTRIKER again? Yes. That's exactly what happened. It's gonna drop first run, for sure. No way it doesn't drop. Spellblade helps this too, yes. Fan of Knives does more damage with daggers than it does with non-dagger weapons. And it does more damage with slow weapons than it does with fast weapons. Titansteel Spellblade is a uniquely slow dagger. There are no other daggers in the game that even come close to it in weapon speed. It's very, very slow for a dagger. So the purpose of Titansteel Spellblade in this whole situation is it just makes your baseline Fan of Knives do way more damage. It's the best Fan of Knives damage weapon in all of Wrath of the Lich King. You will do less damage with Fan of Knives if you equip a heroic Lich King weapon than if you equip a Titansteel Spellblade. Okay, I wanted my bandage debuff to be gone before I killed that. Sure this all applies to the new server? I mean, it's based on Wrath of the Lich King. I assume so. Non-combat are combat swords still good in Wrath? Yeah, I mean you can use swords if you want to and play combat. But combat can use all kinds of weapon types because you have a variety of weapon talents that are good. You plan on playing TBC? Yeah, probably. I can say, honestly, I'm not very excited for it. My favorite class, Rogue, is extremely bad in raiding in Burning Crusade. And I've done it before. In fact, I've done it before twice. Doing it again for a third time on a class that is just not very good. Admittedly, it's not very exciting. I'm very excited to do this. Titan Reforge. Oh, we're still over here from when I was showing you the video. Let me Put my face back over on this side. Why play if not excited? Well, it'll probably at least be hyped for like a month or two. Minimum commitment here is it's hyped for a month or two, and we do that. Where are you, Rend Blackhand? Here he comes. He's running through. Gith is coming out. Predictions still up. We have 54,000 points on Believers against 500 and something thousand points on the Doubter side. Really awkward how many Doubters there are that are about to just lose all their channel points when FELSTRIKER drops on my very first run on my Titan Reforged WoW account. Okay. Killing spree. Boom. Alright, let's go loot the dragon first. Loot the dragon first. He doesn't drop the dagger. Cauldrons of the Elements. Oh, my inventory's full now. I have to delete this to make room for the FELSTRIKER that's about to drop. Right here and right here for the 2 items. Alright, final verdict on the prediction has 204,000 on Believers against 700,000 Doubters. I mean, do we have like another 100,000 channel points just so this can be a 1 million channel point prediction? Like, is there anyone out there trying to you know be on the Believers side so they can win some points when this obviously is about to drop? 750, 200. Okay, we're up to 900 and yeah, we're over 1 million. Okay, well, it was all on the Doubters side. That's a little bit awkward, but I'm gonna cut it off there. This is now at 1.5 million. Wait, now it's at 1.6 million channel points riding on this prediction. That might be the largest Simonized Show channel point prediction of all time. This is 1.6 million end submissions. You guys ready for this? Alright, we gotta do it the same way. You gotta RP walk backwards while spinning the camera to loot the mob for the FELSTRIKER. Fuck, it didn't drop. That's awkward. Like, really awkward how it didn't drop this time. Well, lucky for all the Simonized Show enjoyers, that just means you can look forward to entire streams of only doing UBRS as many times as we possibly could. Yeah, there's gonna be FELSTRIKER farming streams, okay? Predictions every single run, running it on loop, okay? See you tomorrow in here, says Sprouts. Yep. It is dinner time for me. Their lockouts still? Yeah, I mean, we can run it. I don't know if it's going to be 5 or 10 times per hour. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what the deal is. It's late for me. It's definitely ran later than I wanted to. Thank you guys for watching. Thanks so much for being here. I really appreciate you all watching the stream, supporting the stream, watching on YouTube as well. All you guys watching and hanging out in the Discord and giving me your primes and your likes and your subscribes and your views come together to make content creation a possibility for me, because I can't do this if I'm not making at least some money. And I'm not by any means a wealthy streamer, but you guys make it so I make more money doing this than I was getting paid to turn a wrench at the bike shop, which is what I was doing before I went full-time streaming. So thank you to all the viewers so much for the opportunity you all have given me. I really appreciate that.